I am watching it on my computer right now, waiting for it to go. I only see my sunglasses. God, my branding is so cool. I'm so awesome with my brand.
I know, your brand is solid, dude. I have to think of my own. I'm getting there. It's gonna be something spiritual. I don't know what it will be, but
okay, wait.
It says a lot. Oh, it came up on my feed saying, "Watch now, watch now." Here we go.
Oh shit! Oh god. Okay, muted. Okay. Anyways, all right. Hi everybody. We have a party here tonight. I want to say hi to everybody who's already here, especially Countess Karen, and also thank you, Gus, for becoming a Baron/Baroness. I don't know what your gender is, so I'm not going to make any assumption. But yes, we have Spirit North here. We have Early Morning Barking, and we have Cluster D Milkshake. All of you guys can going from Tess, Rich, Sarah, introduce yourselves.
I'm sure everyone knows this already.
What if they don't?
Yeah, they don't. Okay.
Well, what if they don't? Like, who knows?
I have NPD. There we go, and HPD traits.
Awesome, Rich, go.
Hi everybody, I'm Rich. I have BPD and MPD, and I'm so happy to be
here.
Go.
NPD, Cluster B Milkshake, and Mr. Chicken.
Yes, Mr. Chicken showed up.
What diagnosis does Mr. Chicken have?
I would love to know that.
He's just codependent. He is he's the friend that points out the shady shit you do. And you respect
one of those.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love
and
that.
you respect them enough to take their advice. So that's
awesome.
Also,
I love
shout out
that.
to Dr. Ruth and Harper. I love you. She showed up.
Yeah, I have a lot of people that we
love Mr. Chicken, yes.
Oh my God. So Judy's here. What's going on, Judy? Cassandra, Christine. Christine is my thumbnail person. Actually, she does an amazing job.
Wait, you have somebody else make your thumbnails? Am I just making my own thumbnails like a fucking idiot?
Just contact Christine. I'm sure she'll be here.
For me, I just know. I already know how to use Photoshop, Jacob. I'm sorry that you have to do this.
Okay, we got Angie here. We got Sandra. We got Dr. Ruth here.
I'm so excited.
All of you also know.
Oh
Nameless has an editor. Is Rich. I am him said, and it's like yes, Christine. Well, okay, editor is a strong word. She does my thumbnails. Like that's mainly it. That's I don't know how to do Photoshop. Damn it.
I just put text on a screenshot.
yeah.
Literally me. I mean, I just throw a picture in there. That's it.
Yeah.
That's what I do. Yeah. I do the replace background thing. It's a button.
I'm just saying, my videos have been blowing up since Christina.
Yeah, you claim that it's actually like affected your channel, and I'm like, maybe there's something to this. I don't know.
Christine's working magic. I'm starting 2 podcasts soon, and like she's doing those too. Like my life is in Christine's hands at this point.
Shout out to Christine. Oh my God.
Oh,
I love how
I have to say hi to her.
Oh, NPD April. I adore you. Thank you for showing up. I love you.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
Cassandra, this is not the place to talk about Dead Island 2. Like you can go to Seth's channel for that.
Oh my God.
Anyways, okay, but so do we want to wait for a question, or do we want to talk about forgiveness?
You guys are so evil with forgiveness, dude.
You guys were like, okay, Gray Lizard. Hello, thank you for becoming a member. Awesome. You're Count or Countess. I don't know your gender either.
I love how NPD April's listening at work. She said, "Don't tell my boss." I love it. Okay. Oh my God.
I'm also sorry that I have to say hi to all of my adoring public because they mean so much to me.
No, when I was little, there was a show called Romper Room, and it was like a kindergarten class and shit. And this chick would come on with just a circle, and then she would look through it and say hi to all the kids. This is what it's reminding me of.
I am screaming right now.
it kind of sucks because like I fucking remember people way too well, and like I'm like, oh no, I know them. If I don't say hi to them, they're going to hate me.
They're gonna be mad.
So I have to say hi.
He's like, I can't handle anyone be mad. Nobody.
Everyone has to like me, please. Please.
Do you know that goes away when you get older? I can't remember anybody now.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
It's all gone, right? Your memory is about, I think, maybe 20-ish years, something like that. Anything beyond that, and this just progresses as you get older. Like a couple of years ago, I was at my parents' house. I discovered an old class photo of mine from school that I haven't seen since I was at school. Couldn't remember a single other face on that photo. Saw those people every day of my life for like 2 years. Nothing, not a single face.
I literally feel like that already.
Wait, okay. Like, I feel like, okay, I know who you are, and like, hi, by the way. I agree. I'm slightly sad when Jacob doesn't have time to say hi, but it's okay. It's okay when he forgets to. Oh my God, you just like, I'm going to leave.
Oh my God, you guys.
they hate me. They do. Also, hi, Linda, just so that you, oh my God.
And Paisley isn't here today.
Jacob, we're getting new members already just from bullshitting around. I love it.
and now Freddie's here too. Freddie, I gotta say hi to you. Freddie has been around forever. NCCM is here as well. Okay. I gotta okay, can somebody else take over the chat so I'm just not talking about inviting just new people in the entire time?
Guys, ask questions.
Tessa, tell us the how you have such a good relationship with your boy.
Oh my goodness. That is
any tips? Any tips?
Honestly,
any tips for
amending that your last relationship?
Oh God. Well, that one went to shit.
What?
So let's focus on this one. I've had but I would just say it's all about
Tess, I'm so sorry. Gray Lizard just gave a $100 super chat.
Oh my God.
So I feel like we have an obligation to answer this.
Who is this person? Holy crap. That's crazy.
Very generous person, I feel like. Okay, but we'll all take turns answering this. If I break no contact to gently tell them about narcissism, will they benefit enough from knowing about it to make up for the shame they may feel from me knowing? I'm worried about the impact it will have on them in general. I want Sarah to start with this one.
Number one, they don't know who they are. They don't know. I mean, we don't know if they just have a dismissive, avoidant personality disorder because it looks a lot like narcissism, or if they are a narcissist. And all the fucking shit online is saying that a narcissist is a demonic monster. So you calling them a narcissist, you're going to get this. You're going to get this. They're not going to want to talk to you.
They're going to go online and see everything that's on there, and they're going to feel like shit. And then they're going to get mad because that's the defense. So that's what I would. Yeah.
I would suggest sending them, if you're going to send anything, just the avoidant attachment style, and just see how they, relate to that. That way you're not demonizing them, and it's still things, if they want, they can work on. I mean, those things in there is all the shit that we have to work on too, So instead of calling them a fucking demon, tell them, we just have attachment things to work on so we can have a secure attachment, to each other, or friendship, or what fucking ever, Do
you know what though? If you've broken contact, if you've gone no contact with someone, why are you on here asking questions about how you can help them?
I was gonna say that.
Seriously, forget this person. This is not moving on with your life and getting over this narcissist. They are living rent free in your head right now.
I mean, I would say that if you have to break a relationship with somebody like that and they're not in therapy, if you even engage with them or go back to them, it's just going to be the same pattern unless they work on themselves. So I would just move on. I don't know. And it's really hard to do. It's not easy. But
like you don't have to help this person. That's not your responsibility or job. Like whatever this relationship has been, you've had to go no contact with them. That's pretty fucking awful. So like, don't try and fix them. Like, fix you and just forget about this person. Let them worry about them, because they're not going to hear you and go, do you know what? I am a narcissist. I'll get help for that now. That's just, they're going to, so it's not worth your time.
Well, I will say that like we do have to keep in mind that like other people have empathy. And,
well, yeah, I get that, but at the same time,
because they might genuinely, do you know what? Like, not want to be in contact with them, but want this person to do better.
I get that, but I think there are times when you have to do things for you.
Oh,
and when you've been in a relationship that's made you have to go no contact, the thing for you is to just get on with stuff.
Oh no, and like what's the thing is that like if they have gotten to the point that they feel like their relationship was so toxic they have to cut contact like that, 100% agree. Like, they shouldn't be fixating on it to the degree that they are. But I also can understand the urge of like, oh, like this is somebody that I had a lot of affection for. I want the best for them. Maybe if I tell them about narcissism, they'll seek help and get better. It's just the issue then that telling somebody that they're a narcissist is not saying that, hey, I'm worried about you. You might have a severe mental health disorder. It's, you're a fucking abusive asshole.
Yeah. So yeah, Maya, just move on.
Well, I mean, if somebody goes no contact with us and we actually cared about them, would you want them to shit us away too? Or would you want, it depends on how many times they've actually broken up with this person. Would you want this person, if you were willing and you were like, yes, I do want to have a good relationship with you. I don't know why I keep fucking it up, things like that. That's why I say, like, give your person a certain amount of, chances for you guys to both learn new skills, because you're not going to learn them overnight, number one. And number two, if they've just been doing shit behavior for fucking ever and stuff, and you've already given them 100 chances, just, of course, just get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
But
it's just like, the people who can like actually work on this stuff, they're going to know that they have to change. Like, they'll say like, hey, I realized that I did this, this, and this in the relationship and I'm working on it. But if you like talk to somebody like that and then they're just like, no, this was actually your fault. Like, that person's not even going to see enough to be able to like change. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I do think somebody like my girl Christine, actually, she mentioned that like she hopes that her narcissist like is better, but it's out of her hands. And I think that's a healthy way to view it as well. Is that like, yeah, sure, like I want the best for that person, but there's nothing I can fucking do about it.
Yeah. And the only thing that we can do, excuse me, I'm burping, is work on ourselves. I mean, because I only date toxic fucks, right? So if I have to work on myself, I have to better myself. And even if, I want them to work on shit with me, if they don't want to, and if they only are like, no, you're just the shit, you need to fucking work on your, everything, and I'll just mask up until I fucking don't want to no more. Then it's like, fuck you, dude. No, and I have to grieve the relationship and move on and stuff, It really sucks when, because when you're in the middle of the relationship, it's like you're in the middle of the tornado, right? And so you don't see what's happening on the outside of the relationship and how many fucking towns you're destroying and stuff, right? So when you're finally out of the relationship, now you're like, oh, fuck, I see all the fucked up shit. And now I know why I did those things. Of course, not overnight. Like, it's taken me a month.
Yeah, like 3 years later, you're like,
well, it's taken me a month of constant, reflection and stuff.
That's like exactly how I feel about like my ex right now. I've been apart from him for like 4 months. And it's like when you're in it, it's insane. Like, we both were able to look back on it and be like, why did it get so bad? Like now we would never do this. But when you're caught up in it, it's like the relationship takes on a life of its own almost. It's like insane.
Yes.
You know? Yeah.
It's well, okay. Two things. One, I want to like whenever somebody compliments one of you guys, I want to point it out. So first of all,
Please, yes.
So Trash Panda said that early morning barking, you have a great setup. So I wanted to share that.
Thank you.
But,
You do.
but like in the relationship, like, okay, is it so hard from your guys' perspective to see when it becomes like actually toxic? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel uneasy, and then I kind of have to adapt and overcome, and then start to, you know, think of new ways to maneuver the fucking relationship. And it's always going down, by the way. It never seems to, you know, get better and shit. But I feel like I'm drowning. And okay, so like when I was married, it's like I would just breadcrumb the ex-husband just to keep him in line. Okay, here's some affection, here's some whatever. Let's go fucky sucky and, you know, make you happy and then leave me alone, you know, something.
Nice.
Or give him a hug because he wants a hug, or give him a cuddle. And, you know, I wasn't a touchy-feely person. And so just giving him scraps of whatever or my time, because I wasn't the type of person back then that was like, this is for the greater good of the relationship. And I need to, you know, I was just like, I did that for a little while, for a few years, and that really worked. But then it started to go down. My brain was like, all right, I'm tired of this, you know. But then I end up just giving enough for compliance, you know. And when I see that happening in new relationships, I have almost like this panic that I got to get out because nothing I'm doing is working. I don't want to be fucking breadcrumbed, you know. I don't want somebody to fake they like me. It's like, motherfucker, you need to be liking me, you know? God damn it.
Yeah.
It's like what you know, like it's what we deserve in relationships. And like it's almost like it feels like you get like a PTSD response because like you've been through it so many times. It's like the moment you see signs, it's like bam, like no. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What you, Rich? How long does it take you to realize a relationship is toxic? So I think you have a good example.
I have no idea. I mean, God, I was in my last big relationship was 15 years, and I think attained toxicity well before the end, one way or another. And I don't know if I noticed it and ignored it, or didn't notice it, or in fact not realize just how toxic it had become. And I think it had reached, you know, really like fatal levels of toxicity. So it's a tricky one. And then this current relationship has no toxicity in it whatsoever. So I don't know.
But can you be sure?
Well, yeah. It comes without like all the anxiety and stress of other ones. It's quite relaxing and nice and fun, as I'm told relationships are supposed to be.
Like, yeah, I relate to that. That's like how my relationship is, but yeah.
Do you guys, are you able to discuss how you're feeling about each other?
Yeah, very much so. I mean, and that is key to it. That is key to it. I was
going to say, like, oh, go for it.
It's not about being able to say stuff. It's about being able to feel heard when you said it as well.
Oh,
you know, you've got to know that the other person is taking on what you're saying and doing things accordingly. And I you know, just feel like that all the time.
Yeah.
So it's
like somebody like asked me for tips, and the thing I was going to say before Jacob interrupted me was like, you know, it's the communication that really matters. And it's also, being heard. Because like with my current boyfriend, I can just tell him like, hey, like, this is why I'm doing this behavior that would normally seem like bizarre. Like, can you understand that? And he's like, yeah, I see your point of view. I see where you're coming from, because I still get triggered. Like I still have NPD. I have like all the core triggers. I just know how to manage them different, I would say. Like I don't react. I try to react like healthier, and it helps me. Oh, did I just cut out?
No.
No.
Oh, okay. Jacob's like saying hello.
How
I think
about
it might be on my end because all you guys paused for me for a second.
how about when you guys are talking about your feelings about if they did something fucked up in your head? If you think that something is happening, and how do you bring that up to communicate better? Can you be vulnerable with your partner?
Real quick, I just want to point out that somebody complimented Tess, because again, I'm going to interrupt people to share. Is that Tess said, Kit Catherine 01 said, Tessa, you're so pretty. I love the natural look, and then a heart emoji.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm done.
Shout out to you, because like I talked to her offline. I love her. I adore you. But yeah, anyway, getting back to the topic. I would say like I'm at the place now where I don't feel insulted to say like, hey, this might not be reality, but like this is what I'm feeling. Can we check this out? Can we like bring up the facts, like what's really going on? And then like I'm able to suss it out, because there's nothing worse than like spending all that energy like being mad or upset only to find out like it's not what I thought was going on. So I try to say like, hey, I don't know if this is like me just being triggered or if this is just reality. And then my partner is healthy enough where I know he's not gonna like gaslight me or do anything crazy, and like we can actually work out what the fuck's happening and then move on from it. That's what I would say. That's like I trust him not to be toxic, because I just haven't seen any sign of that yet.
Yes, that's important.
Yeah.
He's just somebody with your head. That's important.
Wait, Rich.
It's hard. It's hard to do. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, we just have pretty good communication. She's never done anything toxic. There's no toxic behavior here anymore. So it's all.
Is she walking on eggshells, bro?
No, because there's nothing like it's, as you say, Tessa, it's like as long as you can have that conversation of I feel like this and this is why, and it might be totally batshit crazy, but this is it. Can you deal with that? And you know, the answer is always and then knowing it's being handled, there's no anger or anything like that, you know.
Or like there was a time where I got super mad, and like I just was allowed to explain that like, hey, I need to leave the room because I'm like 10 out of 10 angry. And then I was able to go calm down before I lashed out. And then like I was able to discuss stuff normally. Like he let me do that. My past partners would follow me from room to room, and I never got the chance to calm down. It was crazy. But yeah.
Like I would have hit somebody.
Oh, it was so awful. Oh god. They were anxious attachment. They couldn't like let me go, you know? They would feel abandoned even if I just walked out of the room. And I didn't have the time to calm down. It was just you know?
You see, whereas I've had that from the other side. And this is where my BPD comes in like a bastard with the whole like, I've had the feeling of when someone leaves the room during an argument, that is an abandonment.
Yeah, there's I'm not joking. Yeah, it's just like it's like
don't make me punch you, Rich.
No, that's it. But then there's also you get the narcissistic. How fucking dare you walk away from me? I am speaking to you.
Oh no, I feel so
stay there and listen.
Like, I failed to somehow mention that I've also done the following thing because you know it was image management. I'm so sorry. Continue anyway. Fuck. I don't know. Yeah, I've done that too. It's like the how dare you walk away from me. Oh, I haven't done that in a while though, a very long time, because I realized it wasn't beneficial to everything. It would just create more drama. I'm tired. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm tired. I don't want to deal with it anymore.
So I do have a question that I think will like be kind of insightful for a lot of people. Is somebody mentioned that I've been clean in recovery from substance abuse for the past 25 years, but just finally realized my narcissism. I couldn't find 12-step meetings for it. Do you guys attend some type of support meeting? Which I think is kind of an important thing to talk about. One, in terms of like substance abuse on its own, and also just like I know Rich went to
I did great.
Group therapy, and I'm curious how many cluster Bs were there?
Oh my god.
Well, maybe all of us, maybe none of us. because you know what they're like with the diagnosing.
In the UK, at least. Here, it's like,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
What I would say is that we all suffered from similar problems, which could all be classed as various cluster B traits. And there might have been moments where various people had that eureka of, oh shit, I've got BPD, haven't I? And that kind of thing. But yeah, so because look, it was the answer to the question, like, what if you haven't got BPD or MP? What if you've got 4 traits? What if you've got 3? Do you have to live with those, or can you get therapy for those? And so yeah, all mixed in together, you get people at varying places and things. I was clearly the only one with narcissistic traits.
Yeah,
clearly.
Fucking leave.
Yeah, because there were so many kind of, oh shit, he's off on one again kind of moments, and no one else had that.
Borderlines can do that too, I will say.
That would make me feel like so fascinating if I was the only one there with like NP. I'd be like, yeah, I don't know.
Honestly, it's like I am the anomaly.
I'm the worst.
You know what? I remember right. So the second big blow up that I had in front of the whole group, and they calmed me down, and then the therapist went round the group and asked the question outright, how do you feel about what Rich is doing right now? And I just remember one of them just went, this is fascinating. And
my God.
Yes. Yes.
Right? Oh my God. It's the best.
That's what I want. Be interested. This is interesting, isn't it? Let me carry on.
Somebody say that in the chat right now. Call me fascinating, please.
Yeah.
No. Call me fascinating. Fuck you, Jacob. I'm just kidding. Oh God.
No, oh my God, that's funny because like, why is that such a
was the moment?
That was the moment. It just is. I get it. It's just like, why is it?
Do you know what? For me as well, I was finally happy that there was someone who could be in the room with me going off and not just start crying like a baby. It was, like the God.
Oh God, yeah.
This is really bad. This is why my narcissism is in no way healed. I just get angry at the people who I'm not even angry at, but they get upset and cry anyway.
Right. Well, it's like why are you being such a bitch?
Stressful.
Yeah, it is. It's why you're being such a bitch. I'm not angry at you. I'm angry at that person. Will you shut up? And it's just why are you so pathetic that you can't even be in the room with someone shouting at someone else?
Wait, okay, that's what's fucking crazy to me. Is when people are like get upset when I'm like let's say I'm talking to somebody and I'm like ranting and raving and like being angry and like it's about somebody else, but they're like overwhelmed because I'm so angry.
Oh my God, my ex
why? Like, who cares?
There are bits. Like Go on, sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say my ex was like that, and as much as I loved him, like he cared so much for me, but at the same time, he'd get overwhelmed by the care or the stress. And it was my problems in life. And then he'd be the one freaking out over them. And then it was all about comforting him. And I was like, dude,
empaths, am I right?
Yeah.
They're empaths. They're just so good supporting people.
Yeah.
Like I get it. Like something that was always said to me, like if I'm with you and you do that, then it embarrasses me. And I kind of get that. Like if I'm with someone, we're having a meal in a restaurant and I start yelling at the waiter, that's embarrassing for the whole table.
Please don't do that.
But it's like it's like someone else in the restaurant getting upset and crying because I'm yelling at the waiter instead of the people at my table. Like
this is why I get so mad. It makes me so mad when people are like, empathy equals like good person or empathy equals not toxic. It's like it's either way. If you have low empathy, if you have high empathy, it just makes me like, it's so much stigma there,
Absolutely.
Okay, one of you guys got another compliment. I completely lost it in this conversation. Fuck. So like Schrodinger's fucking compliment, like one of you guys is being complimented that I cannot see.
I hope it's me. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. I'm like, please.
That's me.
Tell me if I'm doing well. No, just kidding. Oh God. But yeah. Oh well. I'm trying to find some questions. I can see the comments now, so this is good.
Oh, oh, wow. So somebody else.
I found a compliment.
That's a lot of pressure off of me. Thank God.
Yeah, I can see him now. Oh man.
Also, I want to say hi to SP and Andrew McBride, 2 people who've been around my channel fucking forever. Like, Andrew McBride has been around since I had like 50 subscribers, and so I have to like, I pay special attention to him. Me and him also have kind of like a weird like gay thing going on, but like not because I want.
You want to explain that, Jacob? I'm just kidding. You want to tell us more?
Listen, you've been around for so long, I will make concessions.
I'm screaming inside. Someone said, LMAO, you all are so funny. That was the compliment I saw. Made me happy.
Yes. I do like okay. So
Oh, somebody said while you're looking for a question, we need an update on your therapist situation.
Yeah,
you're asking me.
Say that one.
To be honest, I'm just like I keep
wait, Tess, like I want you to talk about this, but real quick. Rich, Sarah, have either of you watched Tess's video talking to her therapist by any chance?
I watched like the first 15, 20 minutes.
I don't blame you. I didn't
even
watch it. I didn't even watch it. It's so fun. I was like, he was
like an asshole.
To me, it's just like I can't tell who's a good therapist anymore and who isn't, because like I always try to assess it. It's like, is it good that they're triggering me because like it's gonna help me grow, or is it just they're not doing a good job, or they're reacting?
Tell me how good of a therapist that was, please.
Me listening to it.
Please. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that, but then other people were like, it's good that he's triggering you like that, like because he's being, the ego states that you can't have or something, and it's gonna like make you grow. And I was like, I can't tell.
When
I made it through 3.5 years of therapy without my therapist triggering me a single time.
See,
it seemed to work really well. Yeah. I don't think your therapist should be triggering you.
It's just
either
like,
on purpose or otherwise.
It's discouraging, I'm gonna admit, because I keep going to therapy and then I pay for like a shit ton of sessions, and then I find out like halfway through that they can't, like they just don't know what they're doing, or like they can't, they just don't know what they're doing. And then I have spent all that money, and then I have to go to someone else, and then it happens again, and I'm just,
Are they taking notes?
They do, but one therapist said like, I want to like read up on like some stuff to help you, and that did not sound encouraging. It's like, so you don't know how to help me and you're gonna try and like read on like what? It would make me feel fascinating, but then at the same time it's like, I don't know if you know what you're doing.
Yeah Well, because it sounded like, you were talking continuously, and I want to know if he was fucking taking I wanted to know if he was taking notes on what you were saying, because you were all over the fucking place, and I was just like, okay, I'm wondering what that. I'm not shitting. I'm like, you're getting all your thoughts out because they're going 100 miles an hour, and he's just like, I wanted to know if he was taking notes so he could come back to some things that you were addressing, instead of him just trying to stop you, in the middle of what you're trying to say. And
he was taking notes, but it's like, for me, the reason I just go on those rants is because like it's still so hard for me to actually show up to therapy. So if I start talking and I'm actually sharing my, like what makes me suffer, I just feel like I can't stop, or else I'm going to like back out or leave or like do something. It's like, okay, I'm doing this now. This is like, it's hard.
No, it sounded hard.
No, honestly, I listened to like the first 10 minutes of it, and I was just I was like so off put by it. It like not a single portion of that video made me feel like I would be comfortable in that therapy situation.
Yeah, and then like I had to walk out, and he didn't like tell me what, I don't know. Do you ever feel like you have to like get what your therapist thinks of you before you leave? Because like then you can never come back otherwise. Like it's.
Yes, but also like something that really pissed me off that he said was because you made it pretty clear that like part of your identity is your diagnosis that you didn't want to share with him because you weren't comfortable. He was like, well, your diagnosis doesn't matter. Eventually I'll just replace it with
that was weird.
I think it's right. I wanted to punch him.
Oh shit. Yeah, I know. For me, I mean, do you guys like talk about your diagnosis in therapy comfortably? Because it's scary for me. Because like I feel like they're immediately going to start putting me into a box and not like actually seeing what's going on with me. You know, like, does that make sense?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to not give, or at least mask up that I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You know?
I want to see that little vibe from you because you're amazing at it. I'm like, give me some of that. I get so anxious. I'm like sweating. Like, oh my God, therapy is fucking rough.
Well, sometimes you feel like you're also schooling the therapist, and I don't like that because it's like, I know more than you. I know me, and I know why I do a lot of the things I do, and it kind of keeps me from seeking, like, when you don't have money and shit, and then you can't fucking, go talk to anybody.
Yeah.
And then so it's like, well, I'm learning more from psychotherapists out of books, self-reflection, and then using them out in the real world to see, what's happening. So I feel sometimes I feel more safe doing that,
I was also going to say, like, do you guys think that like you can heal without a therapist? Because I'm starting to get tired of therapy, or like feeling like I have to be my own therapist at this point,
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
trying to be. Yeah. Okay. That's
definitely right. It's about, I honestly think you reach a point where therapy is a crutch, and you need to learn the tools that you can use to get better. And that's what it's about. And even when I left therapy, even now, I'm not like totally healed. There's still stuff I'm dealing with and working through and all of that, but I know how to do that now. And it just takes time, and continuing to go to therapy wouldn't have sped up that process or made it any easier, but it would have meant I'm relying on this thing week after week after week still, instead of saying, right, I got this now.
That is so reassuring.
Like the unhealthy way to view therapy is the thing that's going to fix you, when in essence it should be something that's helping you to actually grow yourself. Like, I'm working on myself. This guy might like tell me something that like will actually give me some insight and help me grow on my own. But the majority of your growing is going to happen on your own. Like, you can't fucking grow completely from an hour session every other week.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's a lot of money. I am so angry at the mental health system for how much therapy costs. Like, even the people who want therapy can't get it. So it's just like,
So I'm going to interrupt for like two things. The first one is Andrea Bride is hitting on you, Sarah, saying,
oh my God.
He said, I heard you like men with BPD. Well, hey girl. And then he said, you're cute. Don't be jealous, Jacob, which I am jealous, by the way. You are now blocked, Andrew. Never again. No,
I cannot be with somebody with borderline personality disorder. I cannot. I already did that, and no. It's like I'm sitting there. I can't, and I become more abusive, So there's no chill. Because there's no chill from the partner. Sorry, Rich.
Oh my God.
Yes. Right.
I know you have a lot of chill. You have a lot of chill.
I do. I'm an anomaly.
Yeah, yes, I know. You're great. But when, somebody is just swirling around and stuff, and I'm just like trying to, stop what's happening, and then they're attacking me for make-believe shit, and I'm like, fuck you. And then I start to either attack back, or I'm just like, fuck you for life, man, I'm out of here. And then they chase you, and then you're just like, they love me, and then you go back, and then the cycle continues until you turn to the crypt keeper, and you're a fucking pile of soulless shit, and you're just like, I gotta get out of here.
There's a reason I still talk to my borderline.
That's all I know. I watched those videos. Yeah, your latest one where you were talking about that, about she's the only one that loves me.
Yes, she is. Somebody, please. Okay. Other than that, okay. Super chat for $20. A guy whose name I can't pronounce. Alcasicker for 8. Empath's prosperity for using victimization to obtain power is nothing more than pathological indignation.
I love that.
I'm waiting for any of you to be for somebody to be like, "What the fuck did you say?" Because like, dude, did you swallow a fucking thesaurus? So, but like, yeah, basically he's saying like the like empaths are basically like abusing their victim role in order to basically cathartically express their anger towards people who are like whoever their abuser more or less.
Depends on the individual.
Yeah,
it does. It does.
Eleanor on Quora, she did a great fucking excerpt on you know what people who call them empaths really are. Yeah. So she called them all out and was like, "This is fucking bullshit. You're acting like you're acting grandiose. You're above everybody else. You're the perfect victim."
Yeah, they can't see their own narc traits that they might have. Because, like, oh god, someone told me this. It's like people in society have made like narcissist equal like monster, so nobody can look at their traits without feeling ashamed, and it sucks. Like, you know, it's just causing all this bullshit.
Yeah, and then if you question yourself, you're not a narcissist. It's like, well, then how did I fucking figure it out?
Right? Exactly. And there's so many. Yeah, there's so many studies disproving that. I don't even get why that's still a narrative. Like, there's article upon article that's like, you know, it takes one question to find out who's a narcissist. They'll tell you. It's like,
that one study that was done in that was actually in Ohio State University. Represent OH. Hopefully, somebody else in the chat says IO. Anyways, but like, but yeah, it's like literally, it's like. I think narcissists are more than likely to acknowledge their own traits, but the fact that there's so much like shame and judgment around the traits themselves is what prevents a lot of narcissists from actually getting help.
I didn't even know what the fuck shame was until 2 years ago.
Oh god, I'm so proud.
Same kind of.
Yeah, it's the worst.
I couldn't identify the feeling. I did not know what that was. You know, so it's like, okay, I have this fucked up thing happening, you know, when, you know, it's like, what's this empty, dark thing? Why do I feel like shit?
Wait, what's the bad emotion? What is the bad emotion that affects me all the time?
Yeah, because I'm always trying to not feel that. So it's like, first of all, it's pushed way down. I spend the majority of my life feeling like I have no shame because I will you know, just walk all over you and be fucking cool with it, you know? So I didn't think I had any. And then when I learned what it was like a tidal wave coming over of all these memories, all these thoughts of all these shameful events. And now you can't do shit without feeling it. And then it's like, they're like, would you rather be unaware? Fucking sometimes.
Well, like I took like shame for like guilt or empathy in the past. Like I would fucking like or disgust. Like any emotion that was negative. Like I would just kind of assign what I thought the appropriate emotion was. And I'm like, well, that must be what I'm feeling.
I mean, I just say, like when Sarah was like, when you were saying like, it was so much easier before you're self-aware. I feel that so hard because like now that I'm aware of all this bullshit, I have like anxiety. Like, ew. It's like the worst.
Yeah, gross.
Gross. Because like I'm aware of all my humiliation trauma and like I'm aware of what I'm covering up and it's so fucking stressful. And I still remember the days where I was just able to like walk into a place and it's like these people better try really hard to make me like them. Like, you know, they better like if they realize who I am, it's like I expected everyone to please me. I never thought about the fact that I was like trying to, you know, I don't even want to.
Do you guys miss those days
Oh my
where
God.
you walk into a place and not give a shit? You're like, I'm the fucking shit right now. I am like the best that's ever walked into this building ever.
It's like
Look at me.
Because you know, like in that space that I used to be in, it was like if anything went wrong in the room, I would know. Like I would know it couldn't possibly be me. So therefore, I would have there's no possibility I would feel humiliated or whatever. It was always somebody else, and that was such a safe feeling. And it's gone for sure. I'm too self-aware now.
I felt I knew I was masking, but I just thought it was, you know, okay, I have to fake to get the response I want. So I knew that I was doing that, but I didn't know why I was doing it.
Yeah.
And I thought that maybe everybody does that, you know, and I just, whatever. And I would, I mean, I suppressed a lot of shit that I thought was a weakness. That's why my anger would come out right away. You guilt me, angry right away. Right. I'm gonna fucking attack the shit out of you, and I'm gonna make you feel so small. It's almost like you know, we do have a computer brain because everything just goes really quick and comes right out of our mouth to destroy the threat. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's like anything but calculated. It's just like
automatic. Yes, it is automatic. It's like I don't go into a book and say, oh, how am I going to destroy my fucking, you know, no.
It's like, oh, let's see. Oh, that's God.
Only for revenge.
Yes.
Wait, okay, real quick though. So Accelerate has another super chat who says, more simply, empaths seek power as a means to revenge after being abused. They hide behind victimization to do so. And then he explained how his name was actually pronounced, which I do agree. And I think we kind of like touched on that a little bit of the fact that like, yeah, empaths is just kind of like, it is just like this kind of anger towards like a general enemy, and expressing that through like, I am this victim or this person who is wronged, and I am now getting justice against this vague enemy of the narcissist, et cetera, et cetera.
My sister is massive, controlling, codependent. And she was very controlling over her boyfriend. And I tried to point some shit out and she was not having it. And then after they broke up, she told me that she's an empath, and I fucking yelled at her. I go, you're not a fucking empath. Oh, I was
like,
so
see yourself. Yeah, see the truth.
This is going like, I really hope she doesn't see this, but like my my borderline traits ex called herself an empath, and oh my God, my gritted teeth. Holy shit.
It's like, yeah, you can have hyper empathy. I believe you, but also you can be toxic sometimes, you know? Both can be true. It's the same with us. We can have low empathy sometimes, and also we can be caring. At least I believe that. Sometimes like I say that and it's like,
because that's the thing is that like they're objectively speaking, like according to like research, there are people that have more effective empathy than other people. But the people who are claiming, the people that call themselves empaths not all the time, of course, but a lot of them are like super unaware of their own pathological traits that are very, very toxic.
Yeah.
I was going to say that when we are showing care for people that we like, even if it's not empathetic care and we still want to be liked by them, we're not hurting those motherfuckers. We're not hurting them. We're trying to be nice. Even if we want to get a good reflection from them, you know, still this person holds value in my life and I want you to fuck around. I like you, obviously, or you wouldn't be here. I don't fake liking somebody unless it's like my boss. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not going to have you in my life just because, you know, unless I'm not the type of person that uses anybody except for my mother. you know, for like, you know, monetary gain or something. I mean, I don't. And then people will be like, well, what about your ex-husband? And what about, it's like, dude, marriage is like, you take away the feelings and it's a business.
Yeah.
You know, I was working for a long fucking time until I had my third kid. I was working with 2 children, and then the third came, and I was like, I'm not working no more. And he was making enough money, and it's fine. But I took care of the house, the emotional needs of the kids, and the cooking and the cleaning and shit, you know? So it's like, you know, we were doing our part. But, and, you know, I wasn't mean all the time. There was one thing I got to tell you guys, because I would always post shit on Facebook, right? So I have Facebook memories. And one thing came up, and this is how I'm not sensitive. My husband was getting some salad, and I said, ooh, can I have a bite? And I go to take a bite, his fork, and it drops all over him. And he goes, you fucking slob, take your ass back to the gutter. And I laughed so fucking hard. It was so fucking funny. And the reason why that he could say those things to me and I could laugh is because I knew he cared about me. I felt safe to joke around. We joked around, you know, like that all the time.
I love, I love
that. Exactly. And that's why I allow my borderline to fucking like beat the shit out of me.
Oh, Jesus.
Not actually beat. I'm just metaphorically.
Oh my God. No, but I love that because it's like when you can joke around with someone like that, it's different.
Yeah.
As long as you know they don't mean it. Yeah.
Yes, it's not, I'm trying to hurt you. I'm trying to make you feel small. He was just really mad in the moment, you know, and I can just let that shit go, you know, it's nothing. But if you're like attacking, I know the difference between, you know, a harsh anger moment that's joking, because I laugh at really good comebacks. I love that shit. It's like if we got into a fight and you just came up with the most brilliant fuck up, I would laugh so fucking hard, because I used to do that with my sister all the time. We would talk so much shit and then we would laugh in the middle of it because, you know, that's a good one. That's a good one, you know? So, yeah.
So,
yeah.
A couple things.
Wait, Jacob.
Because like I have a comment I really want to touch on, and then another super chat, Jesus Christ. But also,
look at you, Rich boy, shit.
I won't point out the fact that, like, okay, so you guys may see me drinking from a McDonald's cup this entire time. And I want to point out, I don't have infinite Coca-Cola from McDonald's. I accidentally ordered 3 cups of Coca-Cola from McDonald's when I DoorDashed earlier today. And so, like, it's fine. That is why
I was wondering what was
during the stream, and we'll have to pee in like 2 seconds.
I was wondering what the fuck was going on.
my infinite Coca-Cola. Anyways, okay, so this is a great question. Rich, start us out with this. I gotta pee. I'll be back.
Do I have healthy role models in my life? Fuck no.
My heart. Jacob's laughing in the background. Oh my God.
Right. having you two might be the same for this. All right. Having a role model or anyone that is like a hero implies that there's someone out there that is better than me and they're above me. And the idea of having a hero is just kind of abhorrent. Like as if they're out there doing something I can't do.
Yeah. It's like people always say to me, it's like, oh, like, so you like this celebrity's music? Are they like your idol? And I'm like, fuck no. Like, you know, I don't even see celebrities like that. It's like, no, you know, I can't do that. They're just people who have.
I admire the evil characters in life.
Oh my God, I love that.
So like when like my favorite was comic book Joker, with Joker and Batman. So just watching him come up with these elaborate schemes to get revenge, and then they would fight, but without each other, they're nothing. So needing that constant person to cause chaos in your life for you to combat, you know, against them. I was like,
you related.
Yes. That's
that.
like the almost toxic romantic love, you know. You're always ripping them apart, but you want them to love the shit out of you, and then, you know, and then you always make up. But I saw that was really fucked up and toxic.
I'm so curious, like this makes me think of a question. Like, do you guys, especially you, Rich, like, do you feel like when you have a healthy relationship, it's boring ever? Like, do you get bored because you're not used to the chaos, or like
That's a good question.
I will admit, right?
I get bored in my healthy relationship. I'm just curious.
I'm not bored yet. It's been a couple of years and I'm not bored yet. So I don't, it's not something I feel, I don't want that. I think maybe because I had it for so long, I don't want that tension and that, yeah.
I mean, for me, it's just like, I don't know if it's the boredom as in like, oh my God, there's not drama, because I hated the drama. But it's like, it's so hard to have like the same chemistry. It's been hard to have the same chemistry with him as like I've had with people who did have that crazy dynamic. And I'm just like, why? You know, like, why is it harder?
I don't know. I can kind of see why. Because when you do have that level of arguing, there is some level of passion and emotion to it.
The hate was so bad, but like the love was so intense, you know, and that like felt it felt like I guess I thought that was like real love, and I don't know anymore, but like it was just like that's what love should feel like, this intensity, and then there would be the opposite side of it, which was just like the insanity.
So can I have a confession? Like in my last relationship, I literally got drunk and begged my ex to abuse me.
Whoa.
like literally, I was like, you won't stand up to me, please. I prefer you to like hurt me and shit like that. I was like, I'm insane. Okay, like I want to make that clear.
Fascinating. No, I'm not judging you. I'm just fascinated. I'm trying to think of that.
Because for me, at least, it was a big like. I just wanted her to stand up to me.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see what you mean.
Right,
like I was like desperate for it.
It's the indifference is like fucking like so triggering. It's like if they just sit there and they don't react.
It's like it felt like I could say anything, any opinion, and they'd agree with me because I said it.
Yeah, it's like, come on, this can't be real. It's like do you sense something like fake about that? Is that what it is?
What's that?
You said something like fake about that. Is that what it is? Like, it's like, no, you can't be agreeing with everything. Like, come on, like, just tell me the truth.
It was more than no, it was more just like I realized that like they would just fall in line with whatever I said. And I'm like, listen, I have a fucking, I don't know how many fucking followers do I have. I have 1 billion sycophants on the internet. I don't want you to be one too. Like, I was like desperate for her to like be my equal.
Yeah, those people are boring.
Yeah,
that's the thing, right? The people who don't fight back, the people who are easily manipulated, they're boring as hell. And it's just, you know, I've encountered.
Yeah,
I think it's healthier to challenge ideas. I don't have to treat you like shit, you know. I can ask you questions and and make you, you know, so it's more thought-provoking for you, and then we share shit. I think that's more healthy than actually tearing you apart. But if you want somebody to treat you like shit, Jacob, I'll fucking text some fucked up shit just to make you happy.
But what if I disagree with you? But like, what if you disagree with your act? You like brought some like deep provocative stuff. And like you gave your opinion and then they gave theirs and you disagreed with theirs and they immediately defaulted to yours.
No, that's a lie. That's a lie.
That's what I was saying. It doesn't feel real. It feels like there's something hiding there. Like they're just trying to
because I genuinely believe that I convinced them, if I'm being honest. I just felt like it was just because they were so just like under my like control, I guess. Yeah, also, John Anderson is here. What's going on, dude? Anyways, but like, it was just like, it felt like whatever I said just went, and because of that, I didn't have a partner. I had somebody who just followed me wherever I went.
It's total enmeshment at that point. It's just like there's nothing to go off of.
I had a disagreement about love languages. And I said my love language is acts of service. I like when people do shit for me, right? And when
that's an interesting conversation I have later, but go on.
And then he was trying to debate how acts of service is bullshit, and he was very fired up about it. And I was just like, I don't need to argue how I feel. This is mine. So I'm not going to argue with you. So you just think what you want to think, bro. And then we just went on our day. So I'm not going to fight my, perspective. You're not going to change my fucking mind. I am an acts of service fucking person, period.
Yeah.
Do you start to see how the kink community is largely people with cluster B personality traits and unstable attachment?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Like
we're going from please abuse me to fucking serve me.
Okay. Like, the worst mistake of my life was because I have a Discord server, which if anybody wants, I don't know if Mar or Discord Mom is still here, but they can send a link. But the worst mistake of my life was making a 18+ Discord channel on my server. Holy shit. People are horny as shit and are into some weird stuff when you're
there you go.
Oh my god. Freedom of expression.
I'm including myself in this. It's something that it's a thing. It's definitely a thing.
I'm like a normal person.
Oh, I'm not like a normal person.
I can't believe those words came out of your mouth.
Oh no.
What? Oh my god.
So can we move into the sex question?
Oh no.
No?
No.
God. I have a lot to offer here. What do you want? Go on.
Yeah.
What's the sex question?
Well, with me, I don't crave to have sex, and I've never gave a shit to have sex. Sex was just used as like, okay, this is my job. This is what I'm supposed to do. Or this is what I'm supposed to do in a relationship. Or this is what I'm going to do to get this guy to fucking like me. But I gave no fucks, literally, about having sex. And just the act of it was like, but with my very last partner, because he knew all my dark, ugly, shady shit, everything, I was able to finally, for the first time, have an emotional connection with him for the first time. So, and I was 48. So yay me, I got to experience that shit. But I don't know what it's like for you guys if you, feel an emotional connection through sex, no matter the fuck what. Or if you feel like a piece of shit after you do it, or
there's a lot of, I kind of relate to what you were saying, Justin. Like there was that one person who knew all my dark shit, and with them I was able to experience like a closer connection during it. But afterwards it was also super fucking, honestly, anxiety like provoking, because it was like, oh my, like the intimacy, it was like I wanted to run right out the door. It was just like, it was beautiful in a way, but also just terrifying, which is also and then like a lot of the time I just have like the lowest sex drive ever, honestly. If I'm being honest, it's a lot like before I met that one person, it was about like admire me, right? Like there was nothing else to it. It was hard for me to
boys.
Rich, I'm praying that you agree with my take on this right now, because like
what's your take on this?
Huh?
What's your take on this?
So like me and Tessa talked about this before, and I'm like I think there's similar themes going on, but like, okay, so I have a very high libido, to say the least. But like before I was self-aware, well, and even now, the idea of connecting to somebody through sex almost feels ridiculous. And then before I was self-aware, I ran into some issues where it was like, okay, I feel ashamed. Like I felt like the person was judging me afterwards. I thought that they thought I was gross. And I know that that's me projecting now, but back then I was like, they're judging me. They think I'm a disgusting piece of shit for like getting off on them, basically.
Right. Okay.
And interestingly enough, this might be a little bit too much into it, but the positions that I preferred were ones that like they were not looking at me, which I think is interesting.
Yeah, I couldn't look at fucking people either. I would push my husband's face.
Like, look away from me. Fuck you. I can't do this.
Like, please.
There's definitely such a thing as sex without that emotional connection. I don't know how much I don't know. For me personally, I don't know how much of that.
Before you go on, is your girlfriend watching right now?
I have no idea, actually.
Right now.
I'm like, I want this to be as real as it can
we've
be.
previously discussed this, and I think there's stuff I'm allowed to discuss.
Okay.
It's all fine. It's all fine. Yeah, there can be sex without emotional connection. I don't know if that's any more fulfilling than just taking matters into your own hands, so to speak. It is just, it's but
well, it's ego filling for me.
But sex with that emotional connection, and especially sex with somebody who does know all of your dark shit, but then you discover sex with people who like enjoy all of your dark shit and encourage all of your dark shit, and then you've got a new fun thing that you can do. And this is where, I mean, for me, this is where a lot of my we're walking this fine line of too much information. So if I step over it at any point, you feel free to shout at me and tell me to stop.
Keep going.
It's an area where you can really have an outlet for narcissistic behaviors and tendencies and other things like that. And it kind of, there she is, and it kind of lets it all out.
oh shit!
No, we're cool. It gives you the opportunity to let things out in a safe and controlled way, and then they don't come out as much anymore other places.
Like,
I mean, I have that experience.
Do you feel like? Well, I am curious. Like, do any of you guys? Okay, I have like 3 super chats to read, but like I want to ask this first. Of like, did you guys ever experience of like kind of shame regarding sexual intimacy, especially when you did not feel connected to them?
No.
Yes.
I would say that if they saw like parting to me, I was uncomfortable, but I don't know if it was like I felt like specifically gross. It was just like, oh God, like they see me like so much and I don't know what they think of me anymore. And that was like anxiety provoking, I guess.
I also relate to that. Like it felt like their opinion me changed because like they saw like that gross part of me for me, honestly. It
was only one time I called my boyfriend over, my high school. He was my ex-boyfriend. And it was after we broke up, and I called him over for sex. And after doing it, I felt gross, and I wanted him to get the fuck away. You know?
Oh my God, can I say that's like something I've noticed becoming more self-aware, because I used to do hookups a lot, but now like when I try to do the same thing, it's like there's this new voice inside of me that's like, you don't like this person, this is uncomfortable, like I want to go home, and like I'm there to get
intimate with this person.
Yeah, it's like my inner voice is stronger than it's ever been, and I can't do the same stuff I used to do because I would just like, it's an ego thing. Yeah, it can be an ego thing, and so I would just hook up with people for that. But now it's like I know that I'm not actually into it, and it's like it like repulses me now, and that's like something that I've noticed that's different.
So all right, so I'm going to go through his super chats real quick. All right, so Serena says, I had a friend in school who identified as a super empath and said her boyfriend, I said sold, but she said her boyfriend was a narcissist. 1 year later, they diagnosed her with BPD, MPD, and HPD. What a fucking combination. Rich,
wow.
That's been like outdone.
All 3, man.
No, Rich is an empath, actually.
Yeah, you guys didn't know. Now you know.
Oh, that's funny. Okay. Rich, how do you think your life would be different if you were also diagnosed with HPD?
It would probably be a little more frustrating, to say the least.
I have HPD traits, and I would say it makes you more like emotional. Yeah, I'm like the emotional narcissist because of that. So I guess it can, I don't know, make you more dysregulated, possibly. I don't know.
See, I already have that problem of being the emotional narcissist. Which yeah,
the borderline kind of covers that.
I like identify as the kind narcissist anyway, but yeah,
like
my.
In fact, I honestly, am I down to like 8 AP? I think I'm 8 MPD traits, and the only one I don't have is the fucking lack of empathy, which is so annoying.
Like, oh my god, for me, it's like I have all 9, except I also have HPD traits. I do think it's interesting. Like, it does change like presentation and stuff.
Tess, I will say that like the biggest difference between you is that my entitlement is way less than yours.
What? What do you mean? Jacob, are you calling me
I didn't expect you to disagree with that, to be honest.
No, I want to know what you mean now. I need to know.
Well, I just don't I just don't feel like I experience entitlement. And I might be wrong. Or at least not to a pathological
I'm trying
level.
To assess everything that we've ever talked about now.
Well, like I have like things in mind, but I'm like, I don't want.
Okay, how would you say that it comes out?
Public?
How would you say it comes out of me, like versus you?
Well,
is it my expectation to like just have things happen for me? Is that what it is?
Yeah, like and like for like especially like related to like this stuff.
Yeah. Okay, that makes some sense, I guess. I don't know. I just felt called out.
No, like that's what I was trying to avoid. I just don't feel like I like really experience entitlement that much, and I feel like I might in certain situations, but like I don't know.
Maybe it's a different type. I'll have to think about that one.
Yeah. And like I think a big part. Okay, this is the fucking cultural aspect of narcissism that I've been talking about. Is like the fact that like. That Rich, we were supposed to do a video on him. I think we both forgot about it.
Were we? Okay.
Like the fact that like my narcissism presents in a different way because I grew up in the Midwest where politeness and generosity is such a virtue, and I could never imagine, for example, like I'm sorry, Rich, but for example, like yelling at a service worker because that's so rude. People would be people would think I was like horrible for that. Or like and expecting things is also rude. Like politeness is such a huge part of my narcissism.
It's because you don't want to be seen as like rude. Yeah.
Yeah, and I must admit, I am heavily influenced by the fact that all bad guys in movies are British. Right, there is just so many influences and so many like quotes that float around my head and so many things. Honestly, it's terrible.
Wait, okay. Do all of you guys kind of like? Is there like do you guys tend to side more with like the anti-heroes / villains in movies?
I can relate to them more for sure. Just because of like they usually have dramatic backstories. It's like the sob story. Yeah,
that's why I like serial killer horror movies. I love watching
that dude from Hush.
I always know at what point in the movie I would have just shot James Bond in the head. So many of them would be over in 20 minutes. Like, are you James Bond? All right. Well, just shoot him in the head, please. Now that's it. Don't tie him up. Don't do an elaborate thing, you fool.
I know. I hate how long they make. Yeah.
The first like I texted Sarah about this actually of the first character I ever related to in a movie was Scar from The Lion King.
Oh my God.
I was like, I understand him.
I feel recognized.
He just wants to be king, bless him. It's
Bro, like, he deserved it.
Not his fault.
There's my entitlement. There we go.
saying, Jacob, you have entitlement. I need to just find out where.
I do. I just think it presents way differently.
It's way different. Mine is just, mine is like, I just expect things to happen and I don't put in the effort for it. And then I'm like, I get angry. And I have to work on that.
And like, honestly, like where my entitlement, like, I think my entitlement presents with like loyalty. Like interpersonally. Where it's like, I expect like absolute like adherence to what I say. And then when they don't, I'm like, how fucking dare they? I'm smarter than all of them.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, let's fucking like look at these super chats for another fucking super chat. Okay, why am I getting angry over getting money?
Yeah, Jacob, I'm getting angry over you getting money. Come on, you should be happy right now.
I was literally I was like sitting here. I'm like, I was like sitting here being like, should I give money to these guys after this?
Money.
Yeah,
this is my channel, but like, thank God.
The fact that he got $100, I'm like gonna have a talk with you after this. I'm just kidding.
I know, like literally, I was like thinking about cutting off the stream, being like, I gotta think if I need to split this or not, because this seems like a lot.
We're here too.
I probably won't, but still.
We're here
All right,
too.
so anyways, so this guy says, knowing that narcs love fight backs, I've learned to toy narcs that have harmed me from afar. The torment happens, but they don't know where it comes from. Jesus Christ.
That is so fucked up. Why? Like,
hey, Rich, this guy made money.
Who's the narc? What?
Yeah, come on, tell us more.
I like fucking with people from afar. Oh my God. Right. Okay.
So Todd Grande said something very interesting about revenge when it comes to grandiose and vulnerable narcissists. Grandiose narcissists are like, I'm going to get revenge and everyone will know that I did it. Vulnerable narcissists will say, I'm going to get revenge and nobody will know that I did it.
Look like the good person.
But we're both, Jacob. We're not just one or the other.
But I'm talking about like the presentation. But like when you're in that state.
I get so, no, like it's never one or the other. I hate when people say that.
It's for me. It's as long as they know that I did it. That's the most important. I don't need the world to know that I got you back.
This is one person.
So that's actually interesting. Is that like, what do you guys consider yourselves more grandiose or vulnerable presenting narcissists?
It comes out in different fucking ways in different situations.
It depends on my life situation, really. Like some shit will like me the fuck down, and then I'm like, oh God, you know. And other times, if you feel like it's really situational, you know.
Absolutely, the grandiose goes on and off like a switch.
Yeah,
when I need it.
It does, but like when people are around, I feel like I'm way more grandiose usually.
Yeah, definitely. That if there's an audience,
you're getting a lot of feedback. It probably helps you.
Probably. And that's what, because like people will talk about like grandiose, vulnerable narcissists, and I usually just say, okay, some people are more often vulnerable or more easily vulnerable, and some are more presenting grandiose or more easily grandiose. And so I guess like,
people could spend more time on one side of that, I guess.
Yeah.
But
and I guess I wouldn't say I spend one. Now I'm thinking about it. I guess I don't spend more time. Honestly, I might spend more time in a vulnerable state. Now I'm thinking about it. But like, if somebody were to see me, I'm always grandiose.
Yeah, it's you turn on in those moments that you need to. Is that it? Because like that's how I feel. Yeah. And then
for me,
I'm just
Sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say the rest of the like shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, guys, I'm here. I'm great. And then I'm like, I leave and then I'm depressed as fuck.
Yeah, for me, if the camera's on, I'm in grandiose mode. That's it.
Yeah.
And then otherwise, as soon as I turn it off, I'm gonna go and sit and be covert and miserable. And
I'm at a bar or a party, like fucking look at me. I'm the best. I'm a fucking god, assholes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go home and I'm like, I hate myself.
Oh my God.
Why does everybody not like me?
I so miss the hit that I would get from listener meetups from back in the day. I mean, that was just walking. It's like, what if you can imagine this chat room that's here now in real life, all in an actual room, and you walk into it, and what do you think that would be like? And that's what it was. Twice a year.
Oh my
Everyone
God.
fly from around the world to come and see me. And some of them would come and tell me stories about how far they'd come and from what country they'd come to see
I
me.
would die. That sounds
So,
amazing.
hey,
I
Tess,
like,
you know how we have people that want to see us in New York? Let's make that happen.
shout out to those 2 people. Just kidding.
Okay, if we announce it, we can at least get 5.
Make me more famous, god damn it. Okay,
Seriously,
but yeah,
book a room in a bar, tell everyone you're going to be there, and then
Yes,
have like 50
that
people
was-
turn up.
Oh, I'm pointing the wrong way. That's what he said. I was like, this person. Yeah, like this person off screen. Yeah, no, we are gonna be in New York, and yeah, there's 2 people so far that said like they would come see us. For me, it's like I get the anxiety beforehand, where I'm like I don't trust my ego to come through for me, and then it does, and everything's fine, and then I get super grandiose after. It's like a cycle every time. Every time.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Oh
like,
god. Oh god. Yes. That fucking like it's like you're like you cannot follow a grandiose high without a vulnerable low.
Yeah, it makes me mad too. It's because it's like, how many times do we have to like present and do well for our brains to get it? It's like, hey, you do a good job. You know, you don't have to. It's like, come on. Oh,
I know.
Yeah.
That's why I'm throwing all kinds of vitamins down my throat and shit.
oh my god.
Well, since I stopped drinking, I'm more regulated then going more in a depressive state. Let's say I still have those moments, but then my grandiosity switch fucking kicks on real quick. Afterwards.
Yeah.
So
I'm grateful for these moments. Like I love having an ego. Thank God. It comes to save me. Yeah. Okay, you want to read that comment that you just put up there?
I can if we're ready for it, because how does the nothingness coexist with all your creations and achievements? Wondering if you can elaborate on that. I don't understand. Don't want to make false interpretations.
I have so much to say about that. Oh my god, I'm so angry. But I can achieve so many things and it never fucking sticks. And like when I'm it's gotten to the point where like, and I don't know if y'all are this fragmented, but when I'm in a depressive episode, I can't access like the feeling. It feels like I'm a nobody and like a nothing. Yeah, no matter what I've done, it's like I can't hold on to it. So I constantly need more proof. And it's awful.
Yeah.
I'm the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no achievement that's big enough. And there's always a reason to be disappointed with what you've just done.
Oh my god. Yeah. And then like it's like
you feel like it's like you didn't deserve it, or you faked it, or like you'll never be able to achieve it again. It was a fluke.
I've noticed that when I say how many subscribers I've got, I've started using the word only in front of the number.
I've done that from the beginning. Okay.
It's like,
I know my amount of followers on TikTok is impressive. I still say that just to make people be like, "Oh my god, he's being humble."
Mm.
And then they're going to be like, "Only that many, only that many, only that many." What do you mean? That's so much. And I'm like, okay, and I just sit there laughing it up.
Yeah, I mean, well, for me, I've had a rough time being like, because for me, like my executive function to like make a post is like all fucked up, so I don't post as much, and my numbers are just like, it's hard. But like, yeah, it's like, oh, go ahead.
Oh, Tess, I was just gonna say, I remember you saying that every day is an automatic reset. And I was like, oh my God, yes. Every fucking day.
Wait, okay. I need to say something. Okay, did you guys know that apparently when some people say the saying, "That made my week," they mean it?
Wait, do we believe that they mean it?
No, they do.
No.
Some of them do.
What, just one good thing happened and then they're happy? What do you mean?
Okay.
Yes.
Oh.
It's that insane.
No, that's
it's just
weird.
a fucking saying. I don't believe that.
God.
It's just a saying. It's just a saying.
That's what I thought too. But apparently, or like made your day, or like and stuff like that. Those are actually things that happen.
I don't
have a good.
I don't think that way.
Yeah, I don't either. Like I had an argument with somebody about this.
Yeah, every morning when I wake up, what sucks in a relationship, I don't know if you relationship people have done this, but every morning when I would wake up, it's like I'm back to zero. Does my partner like my company today?
My God.
I won't point out, like, that somebody, like, Systematic did say, it's not just a saying in all quotes. In all caps, I meant.
I mean, for me, it just makes me so mad because it's like, if you'd think if like somebody tells you enough times that like, yes, you matter, like, yes, like, I don't hate you, yes, this and that, it's like we could hold on to it, but there's always the chance that the next day they won't, or I don't know, it's just like,
could it be projection since our feelings are always fleeting? Maybe.
I think it could be. Maybe
it's lack of emotional permanence.
That was a genius comment. Holy shit. Wait. No, because like that could be it. We think that other people are like us. Maybe we think that they're also fragmented and they're not going to feel the same way about us in like an hour or a day. That would be wild.
John Anderson is also seconding that, saying it's not a saying, and I trust John Anderson very much.
Okay,
John
calm
Anderson,
down.
Dude.
Calm down. I believe you. Shit.
I don't. Okay.
Really
also, I need to give a shout out to like Andrew Bribe real quick because he said, oh yeah, he's like, I skipped your super chat, dude. You just talked about sex. Like, okay, we'll go back and talk about it. Like, what are we supposed to say about this? Let me see if I can bring it up real quick because I had it up there for a little bit and we all ignored it. But like, I don't know. What am I supposed to say about that?
The best.
Read it. Oh. I can't see.
I don't want to read this.
The best sex I ever had has been with other people with personality disorders. I love exploring and encouraging their darker side, accepting them for it.
Oh, well, that's kind of sweet, but I mean,
as a person with a personality disorder or two, I would say, well, of course that's true. But the rest, I don't know whether they have a darker side or whatever.
You feel like making that person feel accepted. That's a good part of it, I think. I mean, I don't know. I would say that like I think they're saying like, is it good? Like the best sex that I've ever had, the person had BPD traits, if that's what you're asking. What were you going to say, Jacob?
Never knowingly.
The best sex I ever had was not related to any, like, I don't even remember what it was.
Boy, it was not even that fucking good. It's like,
I think
there's too much shame afterwards, obviously.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Do you think people like having sex with crazy because we want such a good reflection from them that we pull out all, we just fucking do all the things,
The first time I sex with somebody, it's a performance. It's like, how much can I pleasure this person? Like, how can I make proof that I'm the best lovemaker ever?
Yeah.
And since you're trying so hard to be the best, you're going to be great. It's like that.
Yes.
Okay. Also, shout out to we got my channel, Wavy, our dude. I love Wavy. He's such a good. Tess, did you get that like feeling from him that he was just like a genuine guy when he like interviewed you?
Oh my God, yes. That interview was so comfortable and like relaxing and like it was a vibe.
I am like Rich, Sarah, I encourage you guys to like get an interview with him if he wants one and stuff like that because he's just a very good guy. And also, Sarah, you're going to love this one, and all of us are going to love this one. Fuck it.
Screw Dr. Romani. Wow.
Ramen noodles. Ramen
noodles.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it makes me so mad. I looked up her net worth and I got really mad. I hate her. She shouldn't be successful.
Wait, I'm not sure I want to know because I know what
I don't want to know that she has a net worth. That's just...
Don't even think about it. I know. I made the mistake of looking it up and I got so mad. I'm like, she doesn't deserve her success. We deserve to be where she's at. We're actually telling the truth. We're like talking about the real shit. That makes me so fucking angry.
I gotta know what it is.
I don't know if you want to. Should I say it?
Like a couple
million. It's over $1 million. Yeah, it's a couple million. They give a range, but it's
not surprising to me. Like based on like my statistics, she's probably making around $300,000 a year just on YouTube.
Yeah.
Our
day will come. I'm saying that I believe the narrative is going to change eventually.
Her day will come.
Our day will come. people are gonna be embarrassed for the shit they post right now, like about personality disorders. They're gonna look back, they're gonna be shamed for it. Cause like, you know, the same way that BPD is now at least more accepted, maybe not fully, but like there's treatment plans now and this and that. Like, I don't know. People can hate right now, but it's gonna look real bad later. Especially if you're a clinician. I don't know. Am I saying way too much?
No, I think you're absolutely right. I think people say absolutely unforgivably awful stuff about personality
and there's a
disorders online.
record. There's gonna be an online record.
I mean, just take a look at the comments in my, like, I made videos about the fact that, you know, our leading cause of death is suicide. And people are like, oh man, that could be higher. And I'm like,
I can't believe I still can't
great
get over
empathy you're having there.
I still can't get over the joke that you made where it was like 1 in 5 people are gonna like not make it, and then you were like, "Who's gonna go in the crew?"
Yeah.
I was like, Jacob.
I tagged you, Sarah.
I was like, "It's not gonna be me."
Like, all right, which one?
I'm too determined.
Death pool, guys.
I already know I'm gonna die. I might as well see what the fuck happens. You know, I'm here.
I genuinely think I am like of all of us, and like Rich is included in this. I think I am like the best chance of suicide of all of us. Honestly,
no, we're gonna boost you up. It can't happen. We gotta make it somebody else. I'm thinking of names. I don't want to say them though. Like people who spread stigma, okay? But I'm not doing that.
Unrelated.
Thank you. Jacob, please. I want to leave right now. Just kidding.
Holy shit.
I'm so sorry.
I'm just like imagining like us like killing somebody and like mocking a like and I'm like, man, this is else.
This is the clip they're gonna play back in court. Don't
What the fuck?
They're the scapegoat. They can die. They can die first.
I was not part of this.
For the jury, it was all Tessa's fault. I did nothing wrong.
Oh my god. I thought you valued loyalty, Jacob.
Yep, I do. But until it reflects poorly on me. Tess did everything.
I am so... Anyway, next question.
All right. Oh, fuck. I'll find out the actual question. Oh, my fucking god.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, Dr. Romney's great. She does great things, and so does Ben and Lee. They like are amazing.
Okay.
God, I can't think of anybody who spreads any sort of misinformation on narcissism. Like, where they're all just such good people. God, where's the next question?
How much hope do each of you have for recovery? That's a good question.
That is a good one.
I have a lot of hope. I'm gonna be honest. I've seen a lot of change in my life already, and some days I'm like, "Oh God, this shit is too hard to deal with." But I see like an actual progression of stuff. So like, I do have hope for something. I don't know. There's also this part of me that still doesn't want to like lose my. I don't know. Like, you know how like you equate, like, especially like Jacob, we talked about this, like being fragmented with like being special. It's like, if I heal, who the fuck am I? You know, that's the scary part. Do I have hope? Yeah, but then it's like, who will I be? What's gonna happen?
It's like my fucking because I do think it's valid for like somebody with personality disorder to like kind of have their personality disorder as like a big part of their identity, because like
personality, disorder,
and you know, it's a huge part of our lives, but at the same time, but then I get into that situation where I'm like, oh shit, but like, whoa, like if there's a complete cure for it, then like my identity disturbance is going to go like skyrocketing. And personally, I feel like, oh my gosh, super chats today are off the rails.
Jacob? We're gonna have a talk later. No, I'm just kidding. How much money have you earned right now? It's like 200.
It's over $200 at this point.
Guys,
oh my
god! To my
channel. We're doing this on my channel too. Shit.
Guys, I exist too. Okay, what was I gonna say though? Well, I think it's about
like with how far healing can go.
I think it's about like building, like you build new pieces of identity that are like more than what you are, and then you can heal others. So like you maybe grow. You don't just like destroy everything all at once, right? Like you don't want to do that because you'd have like a collapse. But if you can add new pieces to your identity that are healthy, you know.
Well, Anthony Bateman, when I interviewed him,
it's so hard to
he said something
explain.
I thought was like super interesting, and I think that I think a lot of people should internalize is that we basically have like two sides of ourselves, right? The fucking grandiose side and the vulnerable side, and we flip flop between those. And he said that therapy, the goal should be to basically integrate those things. We shouldn't destroy the grandiosity because grandiosity is a part of who we are. But
and it's kept us alive for so long.
Unit.
Yeah.
I mean, like, define recovery. It's difficult. We go into remission. These things get less.
Exactly.
We learn to manage them and live with them and function properly, ish.
Yeah. Also, I want to give a shout out to Lee Hammock, who just appeared here randomly. Mental Healness. Everyone's like, hey. Anyway. I just noticed that. But anyway, what was I gonna say? I think it's about like developing more to who you are like than you have right now. Cause I still feel like there's so many pieces of me that are like missing that I'd like to flesh out, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. I think accepting our shadow, you know, accepting that. And then, yes, I do agree, building upon that. That way, I like knowing that I have that part of me that it makes me feel safe knowing that I can destroy you. And you're lucky I don't do that. You're
it's like,
lucky.
like defenses can make you feel safe. You know, like you still know that you have the ability to protect yourself. It's like we developed this for a reason, you know?
Yes. But it also, I mean, it counters like with the, it's like I'm not destroying you. I'm not ripping you apart, even though that I can and I want to. And I want a fucking applause for that. You know, I want the people in my life to say, thank you for working so hard, you know?
Yeah.
And sometimes, I think because, and I don't want to hurt my partner. I don't want to. So, you know, that helps me try to keep myself from being destructive, but and that's why I have to leave, you know, sometimes when he's becoming destructive, because I don't want to devalue you. I don't want to fucking go through all your insecurities and fuck you up. I don't want to. I want to leave you alone. Leave me the fuck alone, and I go, you know, but that makes me run from the relationship too, because it's like, fuck you. And then if I don't get an apology, which was last time, I didn't get no fucking apology. I got a fucking excuse. And I was just like, well, fuck off. I'm not going to sweep that under the rug just so I can be with you, so you can be a fucker and then never apologize to me when you're a dick. When I apologize all the time, I get heated when I talk about this shit because it makes me so fucking mad that I put in a lot of work and then just...
Like people have no idea how, like you're trying to change like intrinsic things to who you are, the ways that you've acted for years. It takes so much effort. It takes so much control. It takes so much, you know, of everything. And it's so hard when people don't see that. It's just,
makes me mad. Angry.
Yeah. We got some more super chats, by the way. I can't see what they are.
Yeah, we have a lot of you now. Of them. Is there any way to turn a toxic on-off relationship to a healthy one? I'm not sure if my narcissist is unaware or doesn't want to admit it.
We're unaware, dude. What?
Yeah, we're all just like,
I know. That's a rough question.
This doesn't, okay, in my mind, this doesn't feel like a question that it's easy to answer. Because it's like, what are we, like how, like, we don't know the situation, first of all, in order to determine whether or not that is possible or not. And
I mean, if you're saying, like, I don't know if they're unaware or they just don't want to admit it, either way, just, like, assess how the relationship's going. Like, is it toxic? Like, are behaviors being done and then not talked about? Like, is there communication? You know,
narcissists or not, I think it's healthy to walk away from a relationship like that.
Yeah, like, if they're not self-aware, like, I feel like self-aware people would be able to go into a relationship and just say, like, hey, this is my shit I deal with, and, like, just in case I behave in these ways, this is why, you know, like, they're so aware of it that they can describe it to you, maybe. Or, like,
even being aware when I was in a relationship, I didn't know I was projecting certain things, you know?
well, yeah, you're always learning. Yeah.
So I couldn't sit in that moment where I'm splitting on my partner saying, oh, well, let's go back into my childhood trauma and try to find out where this happened to me with my mother and why now I'm fucking being triggered and I'm going to rip your fucking ass apart and then, you know, leave the relationship altogether because fuck you. You're a painted black, man. I don't care, you know?
It's fucking hard in the moment when you're triggered. Like, it's almost like impossible. It's like, I've tried to, like, tell people before I even get triggered. So, like, if it happens, they're not, like, confused. I try to do that, but yeah.
Yeah, I think I need to, or what I want to practice on is other people's shit is not my shit. So I won't take it internally and be like, you know, I'm hearing, you know, the ghost of my past. So I have to attack it. I have to get the threat away. If I can just be like, that's your shit. Or if you're attacking me, it's like, what's wrong with you right now? Because that's not my shit, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And I need to practice being more in the moment. But if somebody's going to be continuously mean to you, fuck off, man. Just fuck it. You know, I'm not going to, I don't want to be around that shit. But it does take a lot, you know, to hold back the devil dogs and to be the bigger person, you know, it takes a lot.
It also feels good to be a bigger person half the time.
No,
yeah, because at least you're like, it's like, what? I mean, for me, it's like
painful. It's painful.
It could be cool if you look at it from, like, a perspective of, like, you know, I'm more healed, or, like, I understand
the graciousness of it.
Right. Yeah. It's like, you know, this person's reacting from their own triggers and I know not to now. So I'm just going to, like, step back and, you know, put a boundary up or whatever.
You know what helps me be the bigger person is other people acknowledging that I'm the bigger person.
That helps a lot.
Yeah.
That helps a lot. And that's why I like doing it, because then I get to look like the bigger person.
It doesn't happen all the time.
Thank you.
It doesn't happen all the time. Don't you feel, I feel weak. I feel like it's a weakness.
Well, that's why I need other people to see it, because then again, it's like the forgiveness. Yes. See me, see how glorious I am being the bigger person.
See how healed I am.
Yeah.
For me, it's like, yeah. I get some sort of superiority, I'm not gonna lie, out of, like, being a healed narcissist. It's like, how rare to have the strength to, like, actually face this shit. You know, not a lot of people have made it that far. Yeah.
I still fuck up, but at least I'm trying to forever move forward, even when I go back and then go forward.
Yeah.
So this one's, I have another super chat to share, and I'm curious about your guys' take on this, because I guess admit that I am not aware of what
there's so much empath hate today. It's crazy. I think is it all the same person?
It is.
Okay.
What does it say? I don't have my glasses.
It's just channel aware that empaths have inner narcs. When that monster comes out, you'll get a cliff fight back or rarely a supernova.
Okay.
Oh my God. Supernova.
I am a supernova.
I did a video. When a super empath goes supernova on a narcissist. I did that critique.
Oh my God.
Okay. Can you explain the supernova shit to me? Because I'm like,
yeah, I need to know
what's happening.
It's just it's becoming reactively abusive. And that is their excuse for it. Remember, supernova, the stars blowing up, right? So they're getting really fucking pissed off and then attacking. And then a lot of times, you know, they act like, and then the narcissist will shut down because you're yelling at them and screaming at them. And it's like, well, depending on what state we're in, you know, we'll either rage back at you, leave, or we're going to guilt you later for doing that shit because you're fucking with our, you know, arrested development of emotional intelligence being very low. You know, you're going to be the abusive one. So if you do have empathy and you're going to be abusive, you better hold strong and not fucking feel guilty later, motherfucker. You better fucking, you know, wear that badge of honor that you're a piece of shit. You know,
I just think it's all so unfortunate because, like, usually in these situations, people are so triggered that, like, both people are seeing red, and then people are just like acting, and it's a mess either way.
Yeah, I think when I'm reading up on more things on self-esteem, being vulnerable, and relationship books, all of them go into childhood trauma, and a lot of them focus, without saying narcissist, it looks like fucking me in there all over the place. And I'm like, oh my God, maybe I'm not, you know, so special that, you know, maybe I know. And then that's like, oh God. I mean, it's crushing, right? But then it's like, well, all of us are struggling with the same fucking thing, you know?
I think it's like, my theory on it so far is that it's all just CPTSD. I think that the way like we've handled it in a unique way. I think personality disorders are rare, especially like certain ones, but it's like at the core of it, sure, it's PTSD. It's just like how we chose to react to the PTSD, you know? Yeah.
Do you know what? It all feels like fucking posturing. And I feel like I'm seeing more of this recently. Like people hear about the mythical narcissist monster and they're all like, yeah, but whatever I am would destroy you.
Oh,
you know?
my God.
And it's like, yeah, you might be a narcissist, but I have this thing. And actually, really, when we're backed into a corner, it really counts. Then you'll find that, oh, we could just destroy you with our power. And you're like, first of all, what the fuck are you talking about? And second of all, I don't know where you've got this idea that you should poke this bear from. Because you don't I've tried making videos about this for a number of years. We are relentless. And if you get us to a point where we've decided we're going to destroy you, I mean, maybe I'm really talking for myself there, but I don't know. Then I'm just like you said, Sarah. Like I hope you aren't gonna get your
still plotting against.
Yeah, it's like seriously. I hope you're not in a future. You need to stick with this. That you're gonna be equally horrible because I'm gonna stick with this. You're gonna feel shame and guilt later, and no, that's when I'm gonna come for you. And it's like, will you just like, I don't know, because even when you say it back to people, it feels like just further posturing. Like, oh yeah, you think you can beat me? You'll never beat the narcissist. But at the end of the day, yeah, don't fuck about with that, because you know.
I just think it's like an awful way to deal with stuff. I think like hate begets more hate.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's like these people are like responding to this by making these articles or videos. It's like how to destroy a narcissist. It's like just leave, heal, grieve, move on, please.
It's like okay, let's just perpetuate a cycle of abuse because you know that's
like that's not the solution to do. You know, it's just sad. Like you know, hate is not the answer. I see so much hate online because of like so many hurt people, and it's like grief is the solution to that. How do you get through that? You let yourself feel sad. You let yourself grieve what this relationship could have been. and it's painful, but then once you're through it, you know, there's less hate, there's less bitterness, and you can move on and find somebody that actually loves you for who you are.
To you.
Wait, what's up?
Understand that wasn't personal to you.
Yeah, that's a big part too. People always
that's
think
one that like a lot of people bring up that like always kind of surprises me, but like has stuck with me.
Yeah.
Well,
it's usually
people think that we do all of our shit on purpose, with purpose. Like we fell out of Satan's vagina and then we the ground just to destroy, you know, souls,
just calling me out.
souls, you know. And I'm hungry.
You know? What? That's what we do. That's all we want. Oh my God.
No, I mean, people who, I don't know about you guys. I mean, how they say they know they're gonna ruin the relationship. It's like, I have hope, fucker. I have hope that I'm not. But I mean, my track record might suck, but I have hope. You know, this person, I'm gonna be the best fucking version of myself, and I'm gonna try to, you know, do it this time. And then there's a major, you know, I don't know, rock bottom, narcissistic injury, mortification, whatever the fuck you call it, when, you know, we do lose our people that we had hope. The ones that we did give a fuck about, not the disposable fuck, the ones that we did care about. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It is like that for me. Like there's like 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, just a very few people in my life who are like not replaceable easily. And then everyone else is like, I can't connect to you enough for you to mean something. It's like, I feel like a lot of people like feel this placeholder in my life sometimes where it's like, God, I don't know if this makes sense, but it's like, this person's like here to make me feel this way or that way, but it's like hard to actually connect to that actual person. But when you do get attached, when you really do get attached, that's when it's fucking like scary. And that's only happened to me a few times when I let myself. Yeah.
Have you ever tried to, well, I mean, I'm a million years older, but I have tried to search out someone that I could feel trauma bonded to. Because anybody can be trauma bonded to me if I trigger their own childhood trauma with, you know, the way that I act normally. But not everybody can do that for me. And I don't feel like it's love unless it was painful in the past. It had to be pain, you know.
Oh man.
And
I
couldn't find it. It took like 9 years for me to feel that same feeling and have that pain. And I'm glad that I woke up to that shit. Although I think my past partner would have liked it if I was unaware, because then we could fight all the time. But I'm just like, I already know what this shit is. So, you know, it's like, I hate it sometimes because I feel like I'm always on high alert to how people are acting. Is like, is that real? Is that fake? Do you really like me? Or are you pretending? Is this some love bombing shit? Do you really you know, are you marrying me right now? What the fuck is going on? And I'm always fucking on, you know, critiquing all of their movements and stuff. And it's very hard to relax in the relationship.
It's fucking exhausting. Yeah. I mean, I've just reached where like, I will not tolerate that stuff any longer. Cause like it's like, to answer kind of your question, like I do feel like I was trauma bonded like myself to my ex who had the BPD traits, and he was trauma bonded to me. And it was just so much like bullshit that got in the way of what we all really want deep down, which is just, we want to feel accepted. We want to be loved. We want to feel safe. And it's just like, I just can't tolerate that stuff anymore. I can see it. And then I'm just like, no, please. Like you need to go out of my life right now. You know, I'm trying to heal. And I can't heal in an environment that's not like safe anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
That sounds familiar. I mean, the thing I go through more is like it's a BPD thing with the favorite person. when you like, I'm now for the first time perhaps ever in a relationship with someone who's not my favorite person. I don't really have a favorite person, and it doesn't come with the same feelings of obsession and insecurity and all of that. And it felt weird for the longest time, because it's like, isn't that what a relationship feels like? And so when you say, yeah, that trauma bond, isn't that what a relationship's like? I totally get that. It's the same thing, but it's just learned behavior, I think.
Yeah.
You know, and once you replace it with something that is inevitably more positive, it kind of helps out with that.
I know,
the relationship is boring.
I know, and then you get that other cycle.
It's crazy. I always wonder, like, if the boredom is a sign that we haven't like fully healed. I mean, I am so far from being fully healed, to be honest. But it's like, if I was, would I not be bored? Would I just feel, I don't know, the positivity of the relationship?
Honestly, surely a relationship should be sort of emotionally stimulating and perhaps intellectually stimulating, regardless of how. And you know, if you're bored in a relationship, you're bored. You know, whether you want to replace that with trauma or whatever.
Do something.
Oh my god, it's like you're trapped in a maze. I don't know.
So, so we are going on about 2 hours, so I think it's about time to wrap it up here in a second. But I want to go through these fucking super chats real quick. Also, you four, please stick around after I end the live stream to like have like an after session.
Of course.
NPD April gave me some money. Thank you, NPD April. Android Bride is offering Tessa a job.
And I accept. I need a job. I mean, I don't know.
But yeah, Andrew. It says
I will actually totally collab sometime. I need to collab more. So sure.
Wavy is here again. It was a pleasure interviewing you both. Can't wait for part 2. I'm using my super psychic empath powers, and I'm sensing a lot of growth from you four. Wow.
Aww.
Those empath powers.
Wow. I love the growth part. Oh my god.
And then CW, you all have helped me so much since January. Please put this up, Jacob, and everyone enjoy drinking meal on me. All right, so how am I supposed to
Jacob, you were told.
Yeah, like I literally have to now. Great. I gotta use a calculator. What's fucking 50 divided by 4?
I see you only going for $50.
So you all get fucking $12.50 from me. I owe you that.
Oh my god, amazing! I've always wanted $12.
No, I'm actually kind of grateful for it, because now I'm like, oh, I don't have to split the rest of the money. It's just this $50.
No, I'm telling you, I noticed you were doing that. I fucking called you out. I was like,
shit. Okay, so let's see what else. Oh gosh. So I know I got a few more.
Someone said 10-hour long stream, please. I would pass out. I would be.
I wouldn't. I'd take cocaine.
I don't know. Oh man, it's like those people who just like keep the live stream on while they do like everything in their life.
No, well, I mean, like that's what I would do.
Those people usually have.
Sarah, once I just had your live stream just on as I was like fixing my car.
Yeah, literally.
I know how to fix it. I was like hitting with a hammer.
Yeah.
He says an empath capable of supernova, exceedingly rare, understands they are signing up for an eternal fight. That is why they are exceedingly rare. Which is noted.
Yeah.
Not real.
She's gone. She had to leave. Oh my god.
Noted. Anyways, but yeah, so that is the extent of the super chats, though. I'm glad that I actually like addressed some of those, because I was like, man, we are behind on them.
Someone said, I'm an empath jealous of narcs. Why would you be this disorder fucking sucks. What is wrong? What is wrong with you for saying that? People are like, oh, I would love to be a narcissist.
Like, I love when people are like, oh my god, like as a narcissist, teach me how to manipulate someone. I'm like, well, first of all, I'm like, look, this is the thing, is that there's no way to teach them how to manipulate somebody in the way that we do, just because like
it's just sad that they think that's all there is to like having NPD. It's like you have no fucking clue what it's like to live with this daily. There's good pieces to it, sure, but there's also so much suffering, and I don't understand. Like, yeah,
go read 48 Laws of Power.
48 Laws of Power.
Yeah.
Someone said, please do this again. This was amazing. Love Cluster B. We got some compliments. I love that during the end of the stream. It's the best. Oh, someone said this is a great session. Someone said, can we put cameras in Jacob's house?
Wait, why?
Because, bro, you offered to show them your life.
I offered to show them what?
You want to see how a narcissist really lives.
Dude, they used to do that. They used to do that.
Whoever said that, I bet they just wanted my bathroom. Isn't that fucking right? You guys fetishize me. I feel objectified.
People used to do that, have cameras around their house and just live fucking nobodies. And then they would pay them just to watch them live. I'm telling you.
For that.
Yeah, that was the thing.
That's wild.
So, like, how would you? Okay, wait. Actually, audience, like, if I were to put up camera, hypothetically, if I were to put up cameras in my house, like, how much do you think that'd be worth, like, per person?
It's gonna be on his members only channel.
Like $20 a month.
They have to watch you sleep.
Oh god.
Listen, if it's $20 a person a month, I am down. Okay, it's fun. God, I'm so broke. Please.
Same.
Also, Andrew Bride says, "Jay, I split with that one also." So I guess you guys get $12 and 30 cents
Shout out
now.
To Andrew thank you for defending us, Andrew. He was just gonna steal it off for himself. I know.
I only give it.
He only got $12. It's awful.
Judy said ankle. Oh God, is somebody going? So I don't know if you guys have seen the fact that like people have on multiple occasions paid money for my ankles. But I just saw a comment that somebody said ankle time.
Right now. What do you mean?
Somebody said like Judy apparently said ankle. Yeah, Judy said ankle time. So I'm like, okay, let's give it like a couple more minutes to see if somebody pays me $10 to show my ankles again, because apparently they're a hot.
Oh my god, that's not even like a foot fetish. That's like I've never heard in my life. That's like
I've made like $25 on my ankles so far. I'm just saying.
There's an everything fetish.
Oh
whatever. There's someone into whatever it is. It's a thing.
Ankles. That's so wild. Okay.
Was it Rule 34 or some shit?
We heard him. $10. Throw it out there. I don't know.
Guys, $10. I'll split between all four of us. Just, and I'll give you my ankles. No shame.
It's a.
See, like my. I'm like about to tease them with my ankles, but they're covered with socks right now.
Yeah. Hey,
I'm having a coughing attack. Are we finished?
Oh. Are you dying?
I'm waining for an ankle up here.
Yeah, we need to have an ending. Guys, thank you for coming and watching us. I love you all.
I love you too, and I love you more if you gave me money for my ankles.
Oh my god, he's just waiting to do that, honestly. That's all this stream is trying to do.
I've heard of shoulder blade fetish before. I can do that too. I'm done talking about narcissism. I am now a prostitute.
Oh boy.
It was just a matter of time.
Where's the exit button to this stream? I need to run before
okay, please tell me you guys can see that.
All my trauma is nothing to do with this.
Everybody look away, please.
Please, you don't want to.
Thank you, Judy, very much. I will show my big toe.
Oh my god, I actually covered the screen. Jacob!
Oh, I feel like
you guys are not making money in the right places. I'm just saying.
I just saw my life flash before my eyes.
I feel like I've technically been in a porno now. That's it.
Holy shit! Like close enough that way. I did make $800 off of feet pics once. I lost a bet at a party. It's a long story.
Oh my god!
It's not that long. I just lost a bet, and then they sold my feet pics on OnlyFans. But still.
Oh god! Do you want me to add to this topic? Someone said, "Are you all autosexual? You get aroused by yourself." Thanks for.
I'm hot as fuck. Of course I am.
I'm gonna be honest. Yes. Yeah.
Wait, like
someone
actually?
Else. Yeah. So stop.
I don't know if I get aroused by myself.
Yeah, I'm not attracted to myself. I can acknowledge that I'm like amazing and great and attractive, but like I could not get off to
grandiose. When I'm grandiose, when I'm in like a vulnerable state, it's all something else. It's like it's like your entire reflection can change and shit.
No, I definitely have that feeling of looking in the mirror and thinking, "Holy shit, I look great."
Yeah, but
I don't know if we are we right? Do you know what? This is another thing to talk about another time. But are we subject to some sort of like positive body dysmorphia?
I feel like we have
do you know, like so you have people who look in the mirror and they go, "I'm too fat," even though they're not, and I'm not big enough, even though they go to the gym 5 times. Do we look in the mirror and go, "Holy shit, I look amazing," when perhaps we're not all that hot?
Well, I feel like we like flip flop though. Like when I'm like, I'll like look at like before I shower in the morning, I look in the mirror and I'm like, I'm the ugliest person that's ever lived. And I get out of the shower and I'm like, I am so hot.
It's literally all based on the mood.
It's literally just me like putting my face.
You just like the wet look on yourself. That's it. That's like
I'm attracted to my hair, nothing else.
Oh my god.
KFK is here. Hi, KFK. We have like body dysmorphia and body promorphia.
Yeah, that's it.
Promorphia? What the fuck?
Body promorphia.
Yeah, it's like really based on the mood. Yeah.
Like honestly, like I can think I'm the most attractive or like least good looking person ever, depending on the day. Well, moment.
Yeah.
Okay, actually, systematic. It says euphoria, which that was a very correct statement in terms of what the opposite of dysmorphia is.
Yeah, body euphoria.
Body euphoria. Dysmorphia, says Christine.
Oh my god.
Oh my fucking god.
I'm just reading the comments and I'm screaming. Someone said they should make a site called Only Narcs, like OnlyFans.
Was that fucking Ruth?
Oh my no! I would highly doubt that. Holy shit.
Ruth said Only Narcs little star symbol.
That's wild. Oh my god. Oh my god, it was her.
She actually is then.
That is so wild.
Body Euphoria is my next band name, based. Okay, let's answer one more question. Let's fucking head off. Somebody asked something.
Yeah.
So there's not even anything there.
I'm just still reading all the comments. I'm just like, holy shit.
I have to eat.
Guys, Sarah will starve if you don't ask a question.
Guys, we gotta all go eat. And
what's the worst things each of you have done to someone else? I'm not answering that.
Yeah, I can answer that. I'm going to lie though, is the thing. So sure, I'll answer. It won't be true.
Oh my god, I'm gonna die.
Here, do unaware narcissists know that they are suffering? Yes.
Subconsciously, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called. Like I wouldn't admit it to anybody. I never admit it because I thought everybody was going through the same shit. And it's like I'm not weak. I'm going to say that like, oh, I can't fucking deal with this shit. But I was fucking miserable and I knew it.
Mm-hmm.
Agree.
Yeah.
Agree.
Oh my god.
Nothing to add. Is that?
No, it's a fairly quick question.
Really summed it up right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. There's.
Judy, I fucking showed my big toe.
I've literally watched the
Tess
comments.
was scarred by it.
Yeah, I'm watching Judy getting wild in the comments right now. This is just like absolutely like becoming so chaotic, and everyone's like, "This is what I stick around for at the end of these streams." Like, oh shit!
Because sometimes like I'll just get unhinged at the end of my streams because I'm like drunk and like just like wandering around my house, but I'm like, "This is my house," and I like fall over. or the other day I was drinking on acid and like just came onto Rich's stream.
All right, guys, we are gonna wrap it up.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Everyone keeps saying individually we're gonna wrap it up. So this is officially the end of the stream. Thank you guys for coming. I loved everyone who showed up. You guys were amazing. Woo!
All right, bye everybody. You four stay in the stay though, because I need to talk about something.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, bye.